All right. So last time, we finished doing our abilities and our weapons, and now we should start actually implementing the body parts, and being able to target those body parts. So there's a lot of scripts that we're going to change as well that we previously coded. But first, I think we should have battle data, and this battle data should hold a list of body parts. But how would we organize that body parts? Do we want a list or should it be a dictionary? Um, Battle. Let's go to parts. Do I also want to name it body parts or something else? I guess I'll just name it body parts for now. The body part. Then we have a list, which will be body parts. So I believe. Okay, I believe we're just going to have one health. So only there's only going to be so battle data is gonna in the health, which is basically the total health the character has, but the body parts are going to contain the functions to like damage them or whatnot. I'm pretty sure we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to just have a reference to battle data, and battle data dot. I guess we can do this dot damage, then battle data dot heal, or I guess it would be int heal. All right, and I said we are gonna have 4 body parts for now. Um, so I'm just going to say public body part. I actually want to. Should I use inheritance here? Because I haven't been using it much, but maybe inheritance here would make sense. Or like the head, it would be different. Well, let's just start with this for now. Head, torso, maybe. Um, Hands, maybe arms, then feet. Head, torso, arms, feet. And we would target one of these body parts, which would mean that there's a what stored the lists for the targets? Something did. Oh yeah, the combat data. This right here. Instead of storing battle data, stores body part now. Oh, actually, I wonder if could we? I guess yeah. Because I was wondering if you could target multiple body parts on the same character. I guess we'll allow it. Oh yeah, target that destroy doesn't work anymore. So what we'll actually have to do is go to the reference. So it's battle data. Oh, I see. Oh, we don't know what source. That's right. Perhaps it might be more difficult. We might. Oh yeah, yeah. No, this makes sense. We want a dictionary. What? Okay, battle data. Oh, where did it send that before? Okay. read-only list of values. I guess it'll be a I read-only collection now. And to add it, we'll do target.battle data, and to remove it, it's just target.battle data. Well, would it? No, it wouldn't be this. Because now this is target 1. We're gonna have to complicate this a bit more. So this is a list of body parts. This makes sense. I read only list. I read only collection. Ooh. Okay. So if targets dot I add, I think, yeah. Target dot battle data. But we're gonna be instantiating a new list. We want that. Guess we can just I get value target dot battle dot out. And if we can get it, then it's parts dot add the other part. Else do this. Okay. So we just okay. And if you want to remove it, we say if targets dot try get value. Do the same thing here. Then we say parts dot remove target, and then we say if. Now if we remove this and parts dot count is equal to 0, we can say targets dot remove target dot battle. Else or just this. And we always want to remove this. Okay. We should get a bunch of errors, yes. But this target, what are we executing here? The battle data is supposed to be body part. Oh, body part. Oh, and this, let's go back. This makes sense. This is a read-only collection of a bunch of lists. Yeah. What we want to do is say, oh, maybe we need to keep track of another list. A read-only list, body part, all body part. Maybe we can just return that, I guess. and we add the target. And over here, we just remove it. So we can get all the body parts. Oh, what's this? Attack. We want to change this to a body part. Oh, this is the targets. Target shouldn't be here, right? Yeah, target shouldn't be here. It should be in combat data. We have the targets right here. Oh no, wait, this is the temporary. This is the temporary targets. Probably name it temporary target. Or maybe this is more descriptive. Add target. Yeah, right now. Um, so this will work with body parts, but let's just target the head for now. Dot head. And it should compile now. And it should work just as normal. But I want to make it so you can target, the player can target like a certain body part. How would we do that? And I'm assuming that going to be some UI. Um, so I would say like this is where the head would be. This is where the torso target would be. This is where the feet target would be. And then this is, and either of these is the hands or the arms. So we can do something like uh, yeah, I think it's in this prefab, in this battle unit prefab. I think in this we have to maybe make our own canvas. Should we use the canvas here or can we just use sprites? I would assume we want to use canvas. This is a UI, so it makes sense. We can do something like image. Where's the image? This. We can say head. Where's this? We can drag this up. What? Oh, this is world space. So we can take this head, drag it up. 1, 0. I guess we can say body prefabs. We probably want to make a prefab for the body part. We can just say body part. Enter this out and drag it there, and then we can make this the head body part, and this the torso body part, and this the feet body part. And can we make this -1? Make this 1. We're not gonna do the arms right now, or I guess we can. We'll just put it to the left. It's gonna be on either side. That's the problem. So we're gonna have to link the two. Um, arms body part. And we can go back, and if you go here, canvas, we want to get events from this camera. And also, we probably want it to be some sort of UI. So, but I think this is going to be varying degrees of UI. So it's like world UI. screen UI. This is the world UI, and something like the battle system would be the screen UI. Oh, this already displays on the screen. That's fine. Okay. And I guess we want to be able to click on the body part to target it. We can go to scripts UI, maybe. No, actually, it's gonna be in battle, and this is the battle UI right here. But we can organize this, and we can say battle UI, also body part UI, body part UI. And right now we just want to make it clickable, so we can click on it to target it. And it just adds it to the list. So let's just add it to the list. So what body part are we talking about? Right? And I know there is a I pointer click. Yeah. And if you click on this, we can say, hey, battle system dot player data dot combat data dot add target this body part. Also, probably don't want to point so much. We can just go to combat data, get rid of that. This way, it'll just add it as a target. And note here, this is not a hash. It should be a hash set, right? Because we don't want the same body part to be targeted twice. Actually, now that makes sense. Yeah. So this is fine. The way that we're coding it right now would also mean that if we want a weapon to have a certain target, and we want another weapon to have a different target, we have to first execute one move, and then execute the other one. We can't execute them all in one go. Just one before the other, which is fine. We'll keep it like that. And then we can say body part is equal to body part UI, and we're asking for a body part. But also, what did we put in the body part? It's a mono behavior as well. I'm not necessarily sure if you want to make our body part a mono behavior. Because what's the point of making it a mono behavior? Also, do we want to? Oh, this is no good. Because we don't want every single battle data to have a head, torso, feet, whatever, because snakes don't have like hands. Right? And if you have a snake enemy, then we're gonna be screwed. So if you go to battle data, we should probably have like a list of trying to think. Yeah, just a list of targets, I guess. List of targets Okay, let's just decide on do we want it to be a mono behavior? I would err on the side of no, because we can set we already set the battle unit via script. So body part is not a mono behavior. We also don't have specific list of body parts. I should say a read only. Make it private. But that also means we have to add body part via the script, which is fine, honestly. Or public void remove. Why would we ever want to remove a body part? I don't think we need this. Okay, let's just add one. Public I read only list. Hmm. And so want the combat data to be, look at battle unit. So where are we referencing battle unit? In a lot of places. Where do we commence the battle? Right here, right? We can do something like battle. Um, I guess we reference the battle unit instead of the. But then that means we have to go battle unit dot data dot. Well, actually, we can do combat data right there. But the body part is still not filled. Oh, okay. We actually don't want any of these. Where's the body part? Right here. Go out. And let's. These are the prefabs, right? Not the battle unit. The body part. We want this here. Disable this. And we want to make sure that. Okay, because we want to have this on runtime. Yeah, we have to make this at runtime. We have to instantiate the UI at runtime. And then we also want to position it in. It's not. We've already decided, or I guess we haven't decided. I guess we'll decide now. There are probably non-humanoid characters in this game, and because of that, they can have unique body parts. And so we can't just go with the basic head, torso, arms, and boots, because some characters might not have arms or legs, and so we can't just make this statically like this. We're gonna have to make it dynamic. And because of that, we'll continue to instantiate the UI dynamically. But also, how do we position the UI? I guess that's also decided by the AI. But go into scripts and go into battle. And do a folder and call it setup. We can say battle data setup. And then this is actually going to use inheritance. Because we're going to say public void awake. Actually, maybe it's not going to. Actually, yeah, sure. It will. And then we just call setup here. And we will say something like, hey, let's set this up. But we want to make sure that we are getting the reference to the battle data that we want to set up. Like, let's set this up with this battle data. And then we can make then we can actually set it via script. So let's just do where, or you know what? Let's make this a bit more specific. Body parts setup. So this sets up the body parts. Because there might be like a human, if you're gonna have different types of humans or different type of humanoids, like humans and vampires and whatnot. Well, they're all gonna probably have the same amount of limbs, so the same amount of body parts, and because of that, probably going to want to share this script between them. We can say public abstract void set up body parts. And we can say something like public battle data, and we can say battle data body parts a bit bigger. Body parts, and then we can say set up body parts, or it's not body parts, it's battle data, right? We don't want to set up the entire battle data in one go. We want to mix and match. Like we want to set the body parts here, or then we want to set the health here. Except the health is serialized, so we won't have to make a script for that. And so now we are going to be setting the body parts here, and that means we need to inherit from this. So something like humanoid body parts setup. Did I even spell humanoid correctly? Humanoid. Yes. And so this is going to be body parts setup. And then we can do something like battle data dot battle data dot what? Battle data dot battle system dot add body part dot new body part. It's like, what are we gonna call this body part? Yeah, I actually don't want to use public string name. I don't want to use call this the source. Let's make it as read only as well. I don't want to use inheritance for the body part. Although honestly we might have to. Unless I can use injection. So source equals source. Name equals name. The name would be something like head, arms, blah 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 blah. Whatever it is. Whatever the body part name is. So something like what's the source for this? Well, the Battle data. What's the name? Head. Actually, internal. Now we can do something like body part dot source equals this. Now we don't have to give it this. Torso, arms, feet. That's the 4 parts. Oh, did I just rename it to source? Okay, cool. So we can go to player and say, well, you're a humanoid body parts. Set up humanoid body parts for us. For the mind character. I'm just going to do the same for this, just for now. You can remove this after. It should target the head, I believe. Honestly, I wonder if the name should be a key. And we should be storing a dictionary rather than a list. So, oh crap, I didn't take. I'm pretty sure this is just us dying. Anyway, head, torso, arms, feet. Getting new body parts and adding them. And what else? What do we need? Oh, well, we actually need to make the UI to be able to target these certain. So when we commence into battle, I would say look through all the body parts that we have. And also we have to make sure that we cannot actually add a body part during battle. Like a body part should not be able to be added on after we create the character. We shouldn't be able to add more body parts or remove body parts from it. The body parts will be static. Now that I think about it, if they're static, shouldn't we just say, let's just leave it, because if it's static, we can make it as an array, but let's just leave it for now. Bit of a list, but we'll keep it as is. Anyway, I'm getting a bit distracted. I gotta focus. Mine is becoming foggy. So, see. We have a body part. We want head, torso, arms, feet. Combat data. We want the UI. How do we instantiate the UI? Well, once we commence into battle, there is something called the initialization function. This right here. And I guess we can do it here as well. Except not really, because battle data. Does this have an initialization? Well, I think it should. Public void initial. Initialize body parts UI. this. Okay, it should just go here then. So we draw the clear it, we draw it, and then after we also want to say make the body parts, body part UI. So we'll just go through each body part in battle systems dot we want to know about all the AI that are commenced in battle. This is battle units. Then we can say unit dot unit dot data dot body parts. We have to loop through all of these body parts and say okay, once we loop through all of these body parts, we want to say, hey, where's our pooler? Our public battle, what's it called? Battle or body part UI. We need a pooler for this. Pooler. And we can say object pooler equal to this. And we want to make this poolable. So I poolable. This will be, I guess, object pooler. Really, we probably don't want this. Oh, this is object poolable. But then we do want that. Object object poolable? Yes. Wait, what? Oh wait, there's no, it's not a generic, right? Yeah. Added to pool. There. There we go. And this is literally just get set. What's added to pool? Okay. We're also not overwriting it, so also protected. All right. They make this protected and looks good. Now we can say battle UI, battle part UI pooler. Battle part UI pooler. Or it's not battle part, it's body part. Then we can just say if I pooler body part UI get out body part UI body part UI um body part UI dot set game object dot set active true, and then we can say body part UI dot battle units equal unit, which we already no, we're not doing that. So body part dot body part is equal to part. And also, who do we set this to the parent of? Well, um, that parent is going to be unit dot UI parent. Yeah. So we set it to that as the parent, and then we set it to active. Okay. I think the battle unit is going to be filled automatically, so we actually don't have to serialize it. So we can do system dot not serialized. And I think we'll just keep our pooled items here. So now we need the UI parent, which is just this canvas. If you actually go to this right here, we have to say, well, give us a position using Unity Engine. Give us a position of where we ought to be, where the UI ought to be. And we can say read only. We can give it the vector to which is the position where it needs to be. And yeah, we just set it equal to that. And this way we can take this position after we've set it to the parent. We can say dot transform dot position equals part dot position. And I think we're gonna get errors because yeah, we didn't give it the position over here. Now we can, and so we can say, oh yeah, say new vector 2 0f 1f. Torso should just be 0. Arms should be 1 and 0. This is going to be -1. Okay. Go to like, oh, where does this body part belong? Oh well, we can just do it from clear, right? And I probably have to. We have a list of actions, but now we need a list of body part UIs. Why do we have a list of actions? This is just you can just do I pullable. And then we can say pullables.add body part UI. Okay. And this way it'll clear it so we can reuse the body parts. So if I go up, there's errors because I didn't provide the puller with the prefab. So if I go to battle unit, I could go to what body part? No, where's the puller? The battle unit has, where are we calling this from? The battle UI. Where is the battle UI? It's probably on battle system. Probably on the canvas. The body part UI is not there, so we can say body part UI puller. We feed that there. And then we can say body part. Now hopefully it won't give an error. Let's see. So we just go to the right. Okay, so it does do this. Oh, not using the local position. So if I go to, this should be local position. UI was before spawning in the center of the screen. But now we want it to be relative to the battle data's position. So we use the local position because of that. And now hopefully they will be on their own sides. Go to the left. Yep. So this is the head, this is the torso, and this is the feet, and this is the arms. Same goes for this side over here. So now I probably want to test if we can actually click on them. I'm probably just gonna debug log this. Make sure, hey, actually clicking on the body part. Okay. Cool. Now if you click on the head, click on the body part. Okay, cool. And if you don't click on anything, so I'm clicking here and nothing's happening. Clicking here, nothing's happening. If I click on, then it doesn't. Cool. It's actually detecting that it's being clicked. But I guess I should be a bit more Sure. Clicked on what part? Clicked on. Give us the name. Name. Then of course give us source. And now that I think about it, the source should probably be public with a public getter or an internal setter. And I'm thinking maybe we need to move this to its own assembly definition so that we can enforce the internal setter. Okay. So hopefully now tell us which part of the body are we clicking, the head, torso, the arms, or whatnot. Now, yep, click on the head. Now let's click on the arm. And we did. Click on the body or the torso. We did. And click on the feet because it's behind this thing. But if we click on this, it tells us, oh, we click on the player, right? We did. But now let's click on the enemy's head. And now when we click on this, it should highlight the enemy, which it did. One right here. Cool. So now the bare bones target system seems to be working. I want to also make sure that the hash set instead of a just a list. This should probably be a hash set. You probably say I this way it won't let us add the target twice. And for the all body parts being this is fine. Although we have to change. This looks fine. We have to change this maybe to be this. And if we actually add the target to do this. Cool. Now, we can select which body part we want to target. We can target multiple ones as well. We can even target ourselves. So since we can select the different body parts, I believe now we should get to the art side of it because right now it's pretty bare bones and it doesn't seem that good to look at. I'm not exactly sure like what to do from here. Well, I do know what to code, but it just placeholders aren't working anymore because the selectable body parts are white cubes, but also the characters are white cubes, but also the ground is white cubes, or just squares. So we're probably gonna do 32 by 32. I'll just go no. We go 8 by 8. We could go really small. Honestly, I think we're gonna go 8 by 8. Should we? Anyway, we're gonna go 8 by 8. Why not? Let's see. If you can make a head like this, and then we can make a body. And then we can make an arm kind of like this. Ish. Arms on each side. And like feet. Right? We can bring this down. Something like this. And then if you just make another layer, and we could say, hey, fill this in with this, fill the body in with this, fill the arms in with this, fill the legs in or feet in with this. Right, these are different parts. But what if you have different types of helmets? Oh yeah, this is not gonna work. We're gonna have to do 16 by 16. Right, so this is the head. Okay, looking like a Roblox character. Oh, but you don't want to make different types of helmets, right? Because we haven't decided on whether or not we want to one weapon that you can like augment, however you pronounce it. You can augment, yeah, that's the word. How you can augment one weapon, or you can actually get a completely new weapon. We haven't decided on that. Also, do we want to make a human? First of all, I don't know how to draw humans, and humans are kind of boring. I guess we can just make it something humanoid looking. I mean, like this looks fine. Because we're bad artists, or I'm a bad artist. Let's just make it look abstract. Why not? Oh, the turn-based. How do you spell strategy? Why do I think there's a D in there? Probably because of soldier or something. Because I don't know why soldier has a D in there. A turn-based player. Where is? Oh, do we have sprites? We do. Say characters. Look to desktop. There you go. We're probably not gonna have any animations because that's gonna complicate things. So now since we have this, we can say, hey, put this as your sprite. Oh, and you don't need this ugly yellow color. Oh. And now if you actually go into battle, it should automatically set the appropriate sprite for it. All right, walk into it. Yeah. So right now we see a white box on top of this because I can actually move this. You see? Oh, yeah. I actually didn't click on the UI. I clicked on the. Oh, that's not what I was supposed to do. Why can't I select the UI? Now I can. There. Let's quickly make the UI as well. Hey, we want to select us. Since we want to select us, this is the UI that we want to use for selecting. Super simple. Just export this as is. This is actually full rect. Apply this, go here, do this, apply that. And then we can say prefab's body part. Okay, hopefully. It shouldn't just be white squares now. All right. But now it's gray squares. Why is that? Why is it gray squares? Oh, maybe because this is supposed to be one, right? Yeah. This is in the battle system. And then it's gone. So it disappears till I hit play. When I hit play, I guess it pops up again. But I believe the canvas should always be there. I'm confused. Oh, okay. Here is where the reference should be but one. Okay, now it should work. Yep. You see the selection. And also, we want to make it different based on if you're hovering or if you're not hovering. So if don't have selection here. Oh, I guess we didn't save it. Yeah, because the computer shut down. If we use this color. We just do this and say export as PNG. Selection. Adobe Swallow available. Selection is available. Go to sprite editor, do this. And I believe body parts. Where's the UI? Guess this is the UI, of course. Want to do selection available, and if you hover over it, we want to say we want to change it. So we can say public sprites, and we can say selected sprite hover available. Oh crap! How do we? Available sprite. So we can say I pointer, enter I pointer hover sprite. Once we enter, we want to say body part dot. I guess we want to say sprite render, or it's not the sprite render, it's the image. Image.sprite, hover sprite. Otherwise, image.sprite available. Of course, we click on it. We don't want to do image.sprite equals selected sprite. If image.sprite is equal to selected sprite, return. Don't do anything if you have it selected. Keep this same for now. Just want to test this. See if it actually changes on hover and when we select it. Oh. Yeah, so it does. Except it doesn't change it back. Oh, it's because they're both equal to the exact same sprite. Both have the same reference. We're gonna have to create for selection. Select hover, I guess. We say body part hover. And now it should hopefully be working as intended. All right. Yep. If you hover over it and off of it, it actually changes. Cool. So it's like responsive. That's cool. If you click on it, it actually click on this. Cool. Although we want to be able to unselect it. So we have to keep track if we're already inside, if you're already targeted or not. The bool targeted. What is, does that have two T's or one T? One T. Okay. Right now it's false. Now it's if targeted, then do this. Otherwise, do this. If you're targeted, then now you don't want to be targeted. Otherwise, if you're targeted, now you want, if you're not targeted, you want to be targeted. So, or battle unit dot data dot combat dot remove target body part. So over here we select it. Over here we unselect it. So it changes to hover. Okay. Cool. Now it works. We can select it, unselect it, select it, unselect it, select it, unselect it, hover off of it. Hover on it, select it, hover off of it. Cool. Okay. Now we can target some body parts. Let's just make more art for now. A new 16 by 16. Let's have, how do we want the ground to look? Well, we can just do something like this. Something like cobblestone, right? And this seems to repeat. Does this repeat? It does. This does not repeat. We want to make this pattern repeating. We have to add this. Does this repeat? Nope. I want to make it repeat. That. Hopefully this repeating. Why isn't it feeling? Hold up. Go back. Okay. I'm just giving it depth with this shading. Did I miss anything? Yep, there. I think this is good for now, at least. ground. Let's save this document, artistic art. Um, game, turn-based strategy round. Okay. Hopefully this is a repeating pattern. If you actually go to scriptable objects, you should be able to now set this be equal to the ground. See how it looks. Oh yeah, of course we're not using the tile map, so because of that, you have to change this ground. Now let's see how it looks. Okay. Problem is we're using, like, it is repeating. That's good. But of course our player doesn't stand out anymore. We're using similar colors. They're not contrasting. And also, we don't really know, like, what. There's no more grid. We can't see a grid. I believe if this is a grid-based game, that the grid should be like pretty like easy to make out for the player. Also, why is there like margins here? Not sure. So we could just potentially add in outline. We could do that. And I wonder how that will look. An outline will make it so why does it open up here? Open up here. An outline will make it pop out from the background. So if you have the player, we're just gonna make it outline of completely black. And we should actually just be able to replace it. We want the .meta file to not be changed. Yeah, now we can tell. Now that the actual player pops out in the background. Yeah, that's good. Like we can clearly make out the player, and we can tell the difference between the player and the background. Also, this just looks like 3 different chunks, like this, this, and this. Maybe we can split it into 4 different chunks. If you go to the ground, let's see how the 4th chunk is being made. So there's this little. If you look from here, crap, it's more difficult. There seems to be this big long things over here, which I believe connects from down here. Okay, so this thing connects from here. Because this thing connects from here. Maybe we can split this. I don't wanna, I guess I will place it here. Then we can place it. Oh crap, no, we shouldn't do this. We need to show this in the Explorer. So we can replace it like this. Okay. Yeah. It's better, but how can we make it even better? We'll just leave it for now. Let's make enemies. Make one enemy. I'm gonna make a spooky enemy. I don't know how we're gonna do that, but spooky? Spooky. And then something like this. Or does it look like a Goomba? Well, it'll have to do. Flip this. Bro. Not centered. Fine. Image size 17, 19. 19 and 18. Yep. Because how we want to I want to switch this. Now let's switch it back. It's fine. Spooky enemy. Let's make an outline. I believe we could probably make an outline with a renderer. I forget what they're called. Inscription on renderer, but we'll just stick with this. I believe this is less computationally expensive as well. And we probably never want to get rid of the outline anyway, so spooky enemy. We actually that's good. Sprites, characters, players, spooky enemy. Oh, they're gonna be red though. They're gonna be tinted by red. Yeah. Change that back. We don't want a red tint. We just want it as is. Cool. Uh, where's the spooky enemy supposed to be? I don't know. Supposed to be something. Oh, I feel like I'm missing a. Can't believe I missed it. I did miss it. I missed a pixel. Yeah, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but you know. We'll let the player's imagination decide that. So let's get rid of this. Let's just write enemy instead of just saying mind character. We're going to say I'm going to copy paste this and say spooky character. Now we can make this a variant of mind character. We want to organize this in a folder called enemies, and we'll just have spooky character be a variant. Then we can have, oops, have this be here. And if you actually go here, we want to reset this. Probably remove this humanoid body parts. Set it over here. And also set the sprite here. Spooky enemy. And then I think there's the or the mind builder. Which just creates one of the same enemy, but we want to be able to create different types of enemies. So we should say or different types of characters, I guess. Like what type of character do we want to create? Well, spooky one. Right, and when we do create, we want to say give us a character that we want to create. And we just have that character. Okay, create. This is the mind pooler, but we're not gonna tell it which. Map mind. Position. I guess we'll name this as default because we only have one right now. We have one character right now. And we have all of this. I don't think this is temporary as well. Oh, until we switch to map. Um this is fine. Create this. We're gonna add random movements. I actually don't think we need to add this. We have to create another setup script like we did with the body parts over here. Same goes for the battle work. These two are temp. But let's see if you can create this. Right now we're giving it null. But we can do something like system.serializable public struct cookie. Or cookie data, I guess. And we can say, hey, give us the map mind pooler. Give us the pooler. And up here we can say cookie. And that'll serialize it. Instead of giving null here, we can just say cookie dot, no, just cookie dot pooler. Oh yeah, what character do we want to create? Well, we only have one right now, so let's just create this spooky character. So we go to, I also want to create an empty. I want to say spooky character. I say mind pooler. We want to create the spooky character. Now if we go to main mind builder, we can say spooky pooler. Also, we want to remove this mind pooler. Useless. Here we go. And now it should be exactly the same as before. I think I collided. Hold on. I don't have map. Is there any other reference? Map system. Cool. I don't know what's about game development, but once you just have your code and everything, and it looks like okay, like oh yeah, it works. But once you start adding in your art, now it actually like starts to look like a game. That's why I wanted to add the art. was cool. Although I still can't tell. I still can't make out the grid because like I want to know how far I am from this um creature, but it's really difficult to tell because there's no grid on screen. Yeah. We also want to add the setup. So over here, I was saying this is temporary. So this is adding map work. We're going to say map work setup. So if you go to setup over here, this is battle dot blah 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 blah. Look for the map. Map is setup. So this is the map folder. Let's go to setup and let's go to map mind setup. Now that I think about it, if I actually go to setup, isn't this the exact same? Except this is different, and I guess the function name is different. Hmm. Thinking. Let's just do this. Let's just rewrite it. Get abstract void setup my map mind, and we can say, hey, map mind. It's because this and this are exactly the same. So we could have used generics, but the only difference is, of course, the function name, and of course, the name of this. But just keep it like this. So if later on we need to make it a bit more custom, we can. There's also not a lot of code, so probably not going to see a lot of bugs from this. All right. So where's your working? Okay. So we need the map mind setup. And make the map mind setup for this the spooky ghost. Spooky map mind setup. And the reason that I'm making it so specific instead of making it general, because probably pattern is going to be uh very going to be varying by a lot. Um I don't want two if I make two different enemies, I want them to have a completely different pattern of movement. Like I want it to be significantly different. That way, if we don't necessarily have to make a lot of enemies, we just have to make a few enemies, but they're distinct enough so that it feels like it's a lot. Because you gotta keep track of a lot. So over here, we can say mapmind.add, and we can just say random. What's it called? Just right here. Okay, so now we can get rid of this. Now we just need to do it for this, for the actual weapon attack. And if you do it for that, then we got the setup scripts done. But let me just add in the cookie setup for this. Like, let's just give it this. And we can say something like battle mind. What are we adding here? Battle work. Oh, battle work setup. Or just battle mind setup actually. No, okay, so for this I'm thinking, do we have very specific um setups for this? Let's not copy paste. That might include more bugs if you copy paste. Setup. So this includes the battle mind. Battle mind. Setup. Battle mind. We're just going to make it very specific for now. So spooky. We can get rid of this. Okay. Cool. And then move like they were before in just a random direction. Cool. Maybe we can change the background to be to make it look nicer. Here's the background. We want it to be a solid color. Make it black. There we go. Make this aspect 6:9. 16 by 9. 6:9. Okay, package, not package. Player. We want to go to player. Go to other settings. Just to lock it between the aspect ratio. Now go to resolution. Go to supported aspect ratios. 16 by 9 is the only supported one. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe support every single one. Like, why not? But we'll just keep it like this for now. 16 by 9 so that we standardize it. For version 1.0, this is 1.0.0 right now. Just we're nowhere near complete. Okay, cool. Let's see what more could we do. Okay. We can focus on the armor so we can add in resistances, or we could maybe mess around with the boots and see if we can make the player take multiple turns before the enemy makes their move. Yeah, I think those two right now. Although I'm wondering. Maybe we should just work on the abilities, which would mean the equipment, or the weapons. Maybe we should fine tune the weapons first, or should we just cast out large net first and try to make resistances as well? I think we'll go with the resistances because with the weapons, like they might have certain type of damages, like fire damage or poisonous damage. So I think we're going to need to make resistances. And we're going to have to coordinate unique behavior. Like if you go for the head, there's a chance that it could miss. And also if it hits, it deals 4 times the damage. Then you have to add in this stuff as well. So yeah, I think we'll code the resistances next. That's what we'll be doing next time. We'll code the resistances next time. And then we can move on to maybe coding the unique behaviors for each body part. And then after that, we can work on more like fine tuning the weapon. Figure out, do we want multiple? Do we want the weapon to be upgradable, or do we want to get a completely new weapon so you replace your old one? We'll decide on that after we've put the resistances and the unique behaviors for attacking different body parts.